fact, this is much more complicated example because in fact, here I have two directions. So they are not aligned in the same direction as here, which is the Y direction, okay? So let's solve this problem. I have a motor, and this motor draws and the chord at B. Okay, so I have a motor here, right? With an acceleration AB is equal to 2 meters per second squared. I have a certain acceleration here. When SA is equal to 1.5, so when this is SA, so when A has this location, this is SA, VB is equal to 6 meters per second. The velocity at B is equal to 6 meters per second. This instant, determine the velocity and acceleration of the coordinate at A. All right, so guys, where should be my datum here? Is it vertical datum or horizontal datum? What do you think? All right, so guys, the datum should be at a fixed plane or at a fixed line, right? So now this datum, yes, it should be vertical. So this is my datum right here, all right? You can rotate, guys, this figure, and then you're going to have a horizontal datum like this one, okay? Now here, my datum is vertical, and then this will be SB, and this will be SA. All right, guys? You agree with me? This is SA, and this is SA. Okay. What are my given? I know AB, I know SA. SA is known, all right? And I know VB at this instant. I need to determine the velocity and acceleration of the coordinate of A at this instant, right? So what is my rope here? This is my rope from B, this pulley to A. So let's start. So I set my datum, I set SA, SB. This is the first step. Now the second step is to find the length of this rope, which is what? Which is SB plus a certain length here, which is constant, right? Plus what? What is this length here? Is it SA, guys? Is this SA? No. Plus, I'm going to call this S prime, which is the oblique distance here, right? I'm going to call this S prime. What about S prime? What is S prime, guys? What is S prime? Who can tell me what is S prime in terms of SA? It's what? Is it SA over 2? S prime is SA over 2? No. It is radical 1.5. Why is it 1.5? 2. Yes, it's radical 2 squared plus SA squared. So this is S prime. All right? I shouldn't call this S prime, in fact, because I don't want you guys to think that this is the derivative. So let's call this S star. All right, so S star. Okay? So please, guys, unmute yourself. Now, L will be equal to SB plus a certain constant plus radical 2 squared plus SA squared. All right, guys? Okay, and this means, guys, that my equation is SB plus radical SA squared plus 2 squared is equal to what? Is equal to constant. This is my SB. Okay. Now, how to find the velocity? What do you think? What should I do? How to find the velocity? It is to do the derivative, yes. So what's the derivative of SB? It is VB. Now what's the derivative of radical SA squared plus 2 squared?
Doctor, equal to half 2SA.
All right, 1 minute. It's 2SA in the denominator. Is it 2SA on the denominator only, on the in the numerator only? No, it's 2SA SA prime. All right? Over radical SA squared plus 2 squared. Okay, guys? So don't forget, I should put SA prime also in the numerator because in fact it's if I want to do radical U, it's U prime over 2 radical U. Now what is U prime? It's the derivative of SA squared. What's the derivative of SA squared with respect to time? It's 2SA SA prime. All right? So this will be 0. It's not the chain rule, no. It is the derivative of U here with respect to time. It's not with respect to S. Yes, you can say it's the chain rule because I can say that it is ds over S times ds over dt, and this ds over dt is SA prime. You're right. Okay, now this means that VB plus half and 2 be simplified plus VA times SA over radical SA squared. Oh my God. Okay. Radical SA squared plus 2 squared is equal to 0. Right? So this is the equation of VB in terms of VA. Now, I know VB. What is VB? It is 6 meters per second. And I know SA at this instant is 1.5. So I can find VA. All right? And same goes, guys, to the acceleration. Right? So you have to do also the acceleration, of course, using the chain rule. So you can find now VA. Do you have any question? Do you have any question, guys? No one has any question. Are you listening? Guys, are you listening? Okay, all right. Okay. Now, what about the acceleration, Ihab? Yes, what you have to do is to also do the derivative with respect to time for this equation in order to find the acceleration. Guys, pay attention, guys, because you can face this question. I cannot replace SA by 1.5 before doing the derivative, because in this case, guys, you're gonna have a 0 here, which is not correct. You should do the derivative and then you can replace SA by 1.5, because in fact this SA is at this instant. So do not replace SA and then this is constant, so I can remove it. No. All right, guys? So you have to do the derivative and then you can do the replacement. Do you want me to do the acceleration? So guys, it's only the derivative with respect to time. So let's do it. VB plus VA times SB. SA over radical SA squared plus 2 squared is equal to 0. Now, after doing the derivative to find V, you can replace SA and VB by their values in order to find VA. However, guys, if you want to do the acceleration, you're going to do the acceleration using this equation, right? Because if you replace them by their values, then they're going to be 0. So you have to do the derivative and then do the substitution. So let's do the derivative to find the acceleration. So this is AB, right? Then I'm going to do the chain rule. I'm going to start by the first term here, which is VA. So VA will be, or AA, VA times SA over radical SA squared plus 2 squared. And then, guys, I should do the derivative of this ratio. So it's VA times the derivative of this ratio, SA over radical SA squared plus 2 squared prime. And how to do the derivative of this ratio? Who can tell, guys? What is the derivative of a ratio? Yes, so it is, yes, so it is U prime V minus V prime U over V squared, yes. So I can do it now. What is U prime? It's V A, right? Times the radical of, okay, so I'm gonna put 3 points, all right? You know, this is the radical of SA squared plus 2 squared minus V prime, as I did before. What is the derivative of this radical SA squared plus 2 prime? It's, in fact, SAVA over radical SA squared plus 2 squared, and this will be over SA squared plus 2 squared. Guys, it's not complicated because, in fact, whenever you want to do the substitution, you know all the values, all right? So now, this is the equation of acceleration, and it's not complicated at all. Do you know why, guys? Because I know VA, and I know SA. So I can find one unique value for this ratio, and then multiply by VA that I know, and then I can have this equation of acceleration to find what is AA, because I know also AB, right? So whenever you do the derivation, it's a game of substitution. Okay, guys? Okay? Do you have any questions so far?